if everyone looks to a place to safely put your money, it would be a matter of days before the entire industry has nothing. As it is right now, most of the industry has nothing and is kind of going hand to mouth.
We talk about the heat that they take from family members who are getting mainstream financial media inputs, or from their mainstream financial planners saying, oh, no, you don't want to mess around with that. Just stay the course, 60-40 bonds and stocks and bonds, and the market will take us through this and that kind of thing. But the people who speak to me are firmly convinced, they're 100% convicted that they want to at least get a significant portion of their nest egg out of harm's way. We've seen, you've warned us that when people start to make their moves, there will likely be shortages of products, of physical metals available to make that move into when the time finally is obvious to people. Just this past week, we've had to start adjusting because of some delays from the Austrian mint. I wonder if you could bring that up to date on that.
Yeah, so the Austrian mint has been ravaged by Omicron, and they have had to shut down. And these are unexpected delays, similar to what we saw in 2020, where with the Canadian mint and the U.S. mint, where orders were placed, money was paid, promises were made, and the mint shuts down. Same thing happened in the UK, same but different. They ran out of blanks. Orders were placed, money was paid, promises were made, they ran out of blanks. Sorry, what are you going to do about it? Look, I read the comments. I know people think I'm the little boy who cried wolf. I get it. People think I'm just trying to say that physical is hard to get, and yet we still have it to sell. I don't know how much more sincere I can be. I do think it will happen. And all of this happening with a very small sample size of the public invested in precious metals. Look, if we take the Fed at their word and they get tough on inflation and they let rates rise, they're talking over 2%. Look at it as an example with real estate. It's been proven that every 1% rise in interest rates can correlate up to a 10% decrease in housing prices. So you let rates rise to 2%, you see housing prices potentially fall by 20%. And what does that say? Even if it's over 2 years, like they're talking about, what does that say for all the people who just bought new homes at the peak, myself included? Does that mean that we have negative equity in the next 2 years? We're not going anywhere. Anyone who just bought a house isn't going to leave right now. So if you say a 20% haircut in real estate, as an example, this is just a small example. Look at what's happened to the bond market as just over the last week, when you have overvaluations the way that you do, and you start to see corrections, whether they be by Mother Nature or forced by the Fed's hands, you're looking at some fairly significant corrections and some fairly significant moves. If these people realize that they need to take money out of harm's way and move into the physical metals market, it becomes even tougher. And, for the people out there who have metal and have been getting beaten up by their family members, I get it. It hasn't performed the way that we would have thought it would. Alistair McLeod had a great point the other day that if you go back through 2021, there was a large segment of weak-handed people who purchased metal to squeeze the silver market to take advantage of what had happened with GameStop and AMC, and bought it, found out it didn't, they weren't weathered enough in this industry to understand the dynamics of it, and quickly sold, pushing the price down. Now, that was only part of the story, of course, but the point of it simply is that big money is throwing us off the scent with counterintuitive price action and rhetoric. But yet at the same time this happens, we see 70 million ounces delivered off of silver, delivered off of COMEX. And so, since February, and when you see massive amounts of deliveries in gold and silver off the physical markets and acquisition by big players from the tech company Palantir all the way up to the big whale on COMEX and central and commercial banks, they don't care about price. In fact, it's almost as if they are thankful that the price has been held down. So this all leads to big money front running acquisition of metal. And when the realization snaps, if everyone looks to a place to safely put your money, it would be a matter of days before the entire industry has nothing. As it is right now, most of the industry has nothing and is kind of going hand to mouth. And as we get it, it sells out. Look, we ran that special. I don't remember how many Buffalo rounds we had last week. Maybe you do. But we sold out of it in, 2-3 days? What did we have, 40, 50, 60,000? That's the point, is that, we're just one company. And if 40,000 coins sell like that, and now we have to wait till the next batch comes in, well, what happens if the next batch doesn't come in? Kind of like what we're seeing with the Austrian mint. It will come back in, or, when is anyone's guess. But this really isn't an event. If you see a global meltdown, precipitated by what? Who knows? Evergrande, raising rates, crashing markets, whatever it is. Very quickly you get to panic and the panic buying and an immediate greater realization that you need to protect yourself. So this is where all of this stems from, Dunnigan. And, I know it's a constant theme. It probably gets, people probably get tired of hearing it. But as far as I'm concerned, it's something that is on my radar screen continuously and concerns me and more so every day. And what we see happening in Austria and in the United Kingdom with large shipments being waylaid for whatever reason is just more kind of verification that this is indeed the path we're on.
Last week when we spoke with you, you talked about a facility was being put in place to help Canadian clients to be able to purchase in Canadian dollars. Can you bring us up to date on that?
Yeah, so we are helping promote a website in Canada with a very, very solid partner. And we're happy to announce that their website has been completed. It is mfbullion.ca. This is a website dedicated for clients in Canada who want to pay with Canadian dollars. mfbullion.ca. We are very happy to help promote this site and our partnership with a wonderful group of people out of Canada. And it's a fantastic site that will allow people finally who are in Canada to purchase precious metals without having to convert to U.S. dollars first. And, if you're talking a 3% conversion rate, a $30,000 order is $900 in conversion before you even pay the spread above melt price. So it is up and running, and it's been much like many of the things we attempt to do, much more ballyhoo and longer delays than we had anticipated, but it's up and running, and we're excited to help promote the site on behalf of our Canadian partnership.
We also would like the weekly market special opportunity. You always try your best to bring us something that we can offer to our viewers and get the best price, usually the best price in North America that's available on some physical that they can add to or start collecting. What do we have available this week?
Yeah, so we bought the last allocation that from Valcambia of their kilo bars. I bought as many as I possibly could, their last bit that they had coming into the States. These are fantastic bars, these Valcambia kilo bars. They come in boxes of 15 kilos. A kilo, for people who don't know, is 32.15 ounces. It's about the size of an iPhone, fits in the palm of your hand, about 2 pounds. It's a very nice way to strike a balance between content and versatility or utility. It's not too big, yet the value is good. In fact, normally the kilo would be more expensive than the 100-ounce bar, and right now it's not on this special at $2.75 over the price of silver. You do not need to buy 15 of them, but they do come handsomely packaged in a box of 15. The bars are serialized, and they come with really nice-looking printed certificates of authenticity that have the matching number stamped on the certificate as is on each bar that you would receive. And those are $2.75 and we are also simultaneously going to offer the Nadir 10-ounce silver bars that were really very popular, more so than I had anticipated. When we offered them, people just loved them. Those are $2.95 over the price of silver while supplies last. But we have a fairly decent supply of both bars, and we'll be in stock and ready to ship this Thursday. Looking for a very economical way to get silver without compromising utility. This is both are a really, really good choice. I personally have been buying the Valcambi Kilo bars for myself lately. I think they're fantastic. I think people really love the presentation, the quality of the bar, the quality of the packaging, the whole 9 yards. And the Valcambi mint is a 65-year-old Swiss refinery, the Valcambi refinery mint, 65 years old, one of the most respected in the world, and my top pick really for silver for the last couple of months has been the Valcambi and the Pam Swiss Kilo bars.